What's up, guys? I bought this little car. I say little, it's not little. Anyway, I bought this thing, I guess it's been a few months. It's just been sitting out here. I bought it because it's got a big block in it and it's supposed to run. Been sitting since 2002, so I want to try to pull it in tonight and see if we can get it to run. This big ugly thing. Of course, I didn't get a title with it, but all I really cared about was that it had a big block in it. Other than some I mean, it could use a good cleaning on the inside. It's not really just like destroyed, but it I mean, they could definitely use a good cleaning, but there's some usable stuff in here. Oh, got the cassette adapter for the 8-track player. We'll have to see if we can get that thing to work. Power windows and locks. Electric seat on the passenger side, electric driver's seat. So I may have to get these things recovered and put in the LTD. But anyway, I'm gonna oh yeah, we'll show you up underneath the hood. Oh, and I did look up underneath the back of it. It does have a disc brake 8.8 in the back. Ugh. So, look at the rat's nest. So a buddy of mine called me and told me about this car. He sent me a picture of the car and said that it was for sale, asked what I'd give for it. I told him it'd be pretty cheap because, I mean, really they're not worth a bunch. The car is pretty rough as far as rust goes. Got rust holes in the roof. Not a Diamond Jubilee. Anyway, rust all through it. So really the car ain't worth much. And without a title. Yeah, got some rust in the trunk. I didn't even look at the trunk. Bumper's in pretty decent shape. Got a little surface rust on it. But my big thing was getting it for the engine transmission. Oh, it's got tilt steering. Might have to try to jack that for the LTD also. But my buddy told me that it was supposed to run. It needed a fuel tank and possibly a carburetor. Good old Motorcraft 4-barrel. Oh, looks good in it. Don't see any water down there. So try to figure out how to get it inside, and I've got a boat tank with a fuel line on it. I'll put some gas in it, hook it to the fuel pump, and put a battery on it and see if we can spin it over and see if it'll crank. So let me get it inside. Now, what better tow rig to use than Greta? There was already a chain down in there. Look at those sweet Chuck Taylors that somebody left on a buddy of mine's trailer, so he tied them to the back of the hitch on my car. We'll leave them there and see how long they ride. Greta, being a little temperamental, should not want to idle for some reason. She wants to idle somewhat, or not. So 351 don't like the 2-barrel. Apparently this thing don't like to turn. got the car to there. I need to get it in here. So, take my little 4,700 pound winch, anchor it to my lift, run the winch cable out, hook it to my battery, and suck it in. This is what I do whenever we got cars, we got old antique cars and stuff like that customers bring me, and they need exhaust and stuff put on them, but they don't run. Some people are scared to crank their new motors, open header, open manifold, whatever. So anyway, I rigged up this little deal. Welded to the front of my lift, so that way I can pull the cars up on the lift with no worries. And then once they get back, they typically have a winch on their trailer, so they can just winch their vehicles back up on their own trailer. So anyway, let me get this set up and we'll pull this thing in here. Alright, got my winch secured. I mean, if that's what you call it, to my post. And I just ran out of winch cable. So I got one chain added to the chain on the car, to the car. So, let's pull it inside. Sure be nice if the tires would turn. Alright, we got our battery on there. We'll look and see what kind of power we got. I went ahead and cleaned my terminals. I'd have a good connection. I know dome light. Oh, we got power. Don't have any kind of power inside the car. We got headlights. Got no radio. Dang. Let's see. see. Of course, this thing may not have any fuses in it either. Somebody might have jacked all the fuses. Alright, so we got power. Guess I need to raise it up, unhook the fuel line from the pump so I can hook up my boat tank. And so we can get fresh gas in pumping into this thing. See if it'll fire up. So let me get it. Let's see. Let's raise it up. Lift this big old heavy car. Big land yacht. It's a shame the body's got rust in it because it's not bad at all. If you're into these big cars, which I like them. They're different. Not a lot of people like these big old cars, but they come with big motors and big strong parts. And everybody looks at you while you're driving down the road. Oh, still got the catalytic converters on it. Dual exhaust with a custom H-pipe. Those disc brake calipers back there. Yeah. Be willing to bet this thing's got a 256 gear in it. I don't see a tag on it. Oh yeah, there's one. Grab my flashlight. Let's see. Can't tell. So I'm gonna have to pull that off. Upper control arms are way out here. It's weird. I actually want to take this rear axle and put it in my LTD because my LTD has the I think it's an 8.7, but it actually has a regular differential cover on the back and big drum brakes. And this one has the sway bar and everything on it, so I'd like to take all of this out and put it on my car. For some of you GM guys, look at that. This thing come factory with a double hump cross member in it. I didn't see any coolant in the radiator. Let's see if we can. Well, those freeze plugs are there. That one's there. That one's there. Maybe it's just low. Oh, it's got a new fuel pump on it. Look at that. Nice. Somebody ought to have a fuel line run up there. They must have been running it off a tank. So maybe it hasn't been that long since it's been run. Ugh. Yeah, that's like some varnish there. Yeah. Let's get the old boat tank out of the LTD and get it put on here, and let's see if we can get her fired up. All right, we got some fuel in her. Fuel in the carburetor. thing's squirting though. The bulb is tight. Gas coming out of something. It's leaking down in there. I don't think the accelerator pump works. Alright, so this thing's got a little bit of gas peeking out of the carburetor, but it fired right up. I don't think the accelerator pump works. Oh wait, maybe it squirted some in there. That thing runs good. Got a little bit of a lifter tap, but shoot, ain't no telling how long it's been since it's been actually running. Tell you what I think I'm gonna do is yank this carburetor off of here, and I've got my Edelbrock 4-barrel that I just Edelbrock 4-barrel that I pulled off of Greta. It's just sitting over here, so I'm thinking put that on there. It should run just fine. Actually run for a little bit, because I don't think the accelerator pump's working in this carburetor. It's not pumping any fuel, and it's sitting there leaking fuel. So we're gonna yank this carburetor off here real quick and put that one on. Alright, we got our little Edelbrock carburetor on there now. Just kind of plugged up most of the vacuum lines. So, let's see if she'll crank. Or not. She got fuel. So we're losing our fire through our ignition switch, I think. So, because when I backed off the key, it tried to crank. So we'll do it this way. Got the key on. Oh, the headlights shut. We had a fuel on our bowl already. Well, we got fuel up there. Yes. Well, I'd say it runs. Kind of needs a little tune up there, but at least I could probably drive it in and out of the shop. Ooh, if the brakes work, maybe. Well, there's the master cylinder. Let's go push the brake pedal. Well, it's got a pedal. Huh. We have an oil light. Still have no power windows. Ooh, all that sounds crusty. Got no horn. Well, I think we'll call tonight a success. Like I said, my buddy told me that it did run, so I just wanted to check to make sure myself. Sounds like it's probably got a weak lifter. Probably need to do an oil change, oil filter, put some plugs and wires and stuff on it. But I think it's going to be a good engine to do whatever with. That's going to be my that's kind of my question here is what do I do with it? I've got my Granada that I could do. I was thinking do a cam swap on the engine, and I've got an intake. Build me a set of headers for it and put it in the Granada. Have me just a little old street car, or do I put this in Greta? Put my cam and intake and everything, because whatever I do, it's going to have a cam and intake on it. Straight up timing chain, so we can get it to get the power out of it. But yeah, what do I do with it? Do I leave it in here and put a transfer case behind it and make this four-wheel drive? I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I would really like to. I've been wanting to find one of these cars, a donor car, that had everything on it as far as the Hydro Boost, the air conditioning. See, the air conditioning is all still there. Everything is there. I could do a big block swap on the LTD. I just don't know. I don't know. My thinking though is, and also I even thought about, let's drag race this. Let's put a gear in it. Let's put exhaust on it. Let's start doing stuff to it. Take it from what it is now and start stripping it. You know, strip everything off of it. See how fast we can get it with a stock engine in it. I mean, it's got to be stupid slow with this factory big block that probably makes, I think these were governed down to less than 200 horsepower. They were still over 300 foot-pounds of torque, but the smog crap had them all governed down. So, but no, give me some ideas in the comments. Y'all kind of have a little bit of an idea of what I've got. I've got Greta. I have a bell housing. I have a flywheel. I need a clutch to put on the flywheel for this motor to go in Greta. I think that would be cool. A big block in her. Or do I leave it in this car? Do I put it in my Granada? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking it would be pretty cool in Greta with a tunnel ram. But a little bit different. I have another idea for Greta too, so hang on. Okay, so this is the factory 302 out of Greta that run fine, but had a rear main seal leaking on it. So I pulled it out and we put the 351 in for the trip up to New Hampshire to Vague Industries. I've got an intake, I've got a camshaft, and I actually have a crank kit that I can put in it because this thing had set for so long. When I got it cranked up, it rattled a little bit, and on cold mornings it would rattle whenever you crank it up. But this is the 302 out of the Grand Marquis. You can see she's got a little bit of slack in the old timing chain there. Well, not a little, a lot of slack. But like I say, I've got a cam and a single 4-barrel intake, but I also have this tunnel ram. So my idea is take this engine, put the tunnel ram on it, and then I have two of the M90 superchargers from a 3800 V6, GM V6. Mount two of those, one on each side, and each of them feeding one spot on the tunnel ram, and putting a 2-barrel behind each one of them feeding into it. Now I'm figuring the engine would probably be, I'm figuring everything about this tall. Have that sticking out of the hood of Greta. Build me a really the superchargers will be side to side, so they'll be real wide, so build me a big goofy looking air cleaner. Good sounding cam, put some headers on it, and I kind of think that would I think that would be really cool. And I already have everything for a small block to go in there. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. I need to get my supercharger to a friend of mine so that he can cut out all my plates for it, so I can start working on that. But anyway, y'all give me some ideas on what to do with this engine here. I have no title for this car. I really don't care about this car. Like I say, I would like to use the rear end. I do want to keep the rear end out of it for the LTD. Go disc brakes all the way around on the LTD. And we'll be pulling the engine and transmission. Probably the Hydro Boost. I could probably use it for something. We'll just pull a few parts off of it and then scrap the rest of the car, I'm thinking. So, y'all let me know what you think. Alright guys, I'm laying this video off here, and so I can get all this edited and uploaded. Little closing thought. If you got a wild and crazy idea, you want to build something, you got friends telling you that that it'll never work or anything like that, man, just get out there and build it. If you got a dream, go after it. Don't ever let anybody tell you that that you can't do anything. They probably haven't ever tried to go after their dream. So if you got a crazy idea, execute it. If it doesn't work, so what? At least you tried. But if it does work, believe it or not, those friends right there are going to be sitting back thinking, well, I can't believe that worked. So then they're going to be wanting to try to support you and get in on it. So yeah, if you got a crazy idea, crazy dream, you want to, build something, you want to take a road trip, go somewhere, get out there and do it. Get out there and live your life, because nobody else can do it for you and tell you what's going to work, what isn't going to work. I guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun, even failing, trying to do something that you really want to do. If it doesn't work, who cares? It doesn't matter. At least you tried to do it. Get out there and live your life. You only have one to live, so let's make it a good one. See y'all later.